Great. Send it. You want me to wait till I get behind?
Hi. We are live on YouTube and on the Instagram channel. To our followers on Instagram, I'm actually going to go live with Jody and Tracie of the Grocery Girls Knit. So if you want to start that, watch that, can you please join us on our mYak Tibetan Fibers channel? Do you want to say hi?
Yes.
We'll see you back at the mYak Tibetan Fiber channel. So I'm going to switch on to YouTube and I will see you there. Bye.
Bye.
So here we are. Hi, girls.
Hi, Paula. So good to be with you.
I'm so excited to have you here with me.
Well, we are so excited to be here. Thanks for asking us.
It's been like, you know, from 2 weeks ago, I was a guest on your channel. I can't believe it's already been 2 weeks. I think we have to close the window. We have some traffic coming in. So I am in New York. I'm in the studio in New York, and Jody and Tracie from the Grocery Girls, I don't think they need an introduction, but we will talk about things, are from Edmonton in Montana. No, in, did I say Montana?
I said Montana earlier. That's my
Yes,
fault.
in Canada. Yes.
Yeah, we're in Alberta, which is directly north of Montana.
Which is
so
north
close.
of Montana, definitely. And as I said, I think, you know, we were chatting with Tracie before. I'm always very nervous in doing this live chat, but I'm really happy that you are here. I see people coming in, which is great. You know, I'm always a big fan of your podcast, and I think I mentioned to you that I think you gave me the inspiration and courage to do our own channel.
I love hearing that because I'm a huge fan of what you do on your channel. Anytime you have a new video, and I always try, if I can catch it live, that's my favorite, but I always come and make sure to listen. You have so many great interviews and all kinds of beautiful yarns to share. So I love your channel. I love that we've inspired you that way.
Thank you. And you've been doing it for quite a long time now.
It seems like so fast, but yes, it's been 5 years.
In a blink, Paula, it's gone in 5 years. I'm not kidding. It feels like we've been doing it for 6 months.
Wow, that's good. So I see people from all over. Hi, Jill. Actually, Jill Zelensky, Nittarella on Instagram, she designed your logo, correct?
She did. She's been doing some amazing graphic design for us, and we can't wait to share all of it. But we've sort of been really, yes, we've been working with her. She's amazing. And she's such a great designer too. So
yeah,
we knew all about Jill.
It's funny because I met, you know, virtually met Jill when she designed something for us, which is amazing. And I think we talked about it. She's going to be a guest, as a guest designer on one of the chats. We still have to figure out the date, but she's going to be there. And then I realized she was a graphic designer. And when I was trying to prepare for this chat, I saw that she designed your logo. So I thought, like, you know, it's a nice circle coming.
Isn't that crazy? I don't know how she does it all. She's one of those, like,
and she's got a gaggle of boys.
She's got a family at home and all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm always amazed at what people are doing, you know, because knitwear design, I feel like that's something people always tend to do on the side until a certain point, if you, I guess, if you're lucky enough. So I love hearing what people do for like the real job.
And so we have people from, from Germany, Switzerland, Ontario, and New York. Where are you all? You know, let us know where you're coming from Toronto, Canada. So I know that we have a lot of the Canadians coming because of you. So if you're new to our channel, I'm, you know, excited to welcome you here. And sometimes I do chats on my own because nobody else wants to chat with me. And sometimes I'm just...
We love to chat. We love to listen. We love to chat. I feel like we're going to be a great match.
Yep.
I'm sure. So I want to do a little game, but I'm going to do a little bit later. So I thought that, you know, first I want to, you know, what I wanted to do, first of all, I want to talk about your amazing design. Let's put out there, because I was so excited when you published the Homestead Hat. which
Yeah.
is this
Thank
one.
you.
You look so good in it as well. That when I saw it, I already bought another of your pattern, a cowl that you did. I can't remember the name now, but I really like that one. But when I saw this and I saw that it was in a worsted weight, I immediately called our sample knitter, Susan, that happened to be from Edmonton. And I said, can you do this in like 2 days and send it to me?
Did she?
She did.
I do. That's one thing I love about hats. You really can, if you just ignore the rest of the world, get them done really fast. That's so nice. I can't believe you made a sample.
What colors?
So this is the hat. It's so beautiful. I love the design and love the simplicity of it as well. And I think there were different sizes in the pattern.
Let me think. Yes.
I think was like 2 sizes. I think so. We did a medium size and to fit my
lovely in the dark
to
color.
fit my hat. So this one is our baby Yak Medium, and we used Lazy Day. That because of you girls from past from our chat, we just sold out, but it comes back. The Okra, which is another one.
Or blue? Is that gray
this
or
is
blue?
like a purple.
Oh,
You can
it's
see
so
it.
pretty.
Oh,
Yeah, it's almost a purple. Well, it's a blue purple. It's really a purple, yeah. And the yellow, the Okra, which you used to make the hipster shawl, both of you, that you had on 2 weeks ago. And the oatmeal. That's
really beautiful.
That's a great combination.
It's a nice combination and something that at the beginning I'm not a blue and yellow person, so I'm like, okay, but it came out really, really beautiful. And
so too.
It uses so little yarn. Actually, I think is of the two. These are 50-gram skeins. And you only use like 12 grams, 38 yards or 20 yards. You use very little. So you can actually, if you reverse, you can make 2 hats.
I actually
if you
think
reverse
that's
the colors.
one thing I do love about the put up of that yarn.
Yeah.
It's perfect for color work, right? Because they're kind of half skeins if you want.
Yeah. And so we did that. But then I looked, because we have, in case you're watching and we still have it, because you never know, it goes fast. We have some of the cashmere, the old cashmere that is on sale. And we have the mini skeins, which are on super sale. So in case you want some of that, you could always get a mini skein of the cashmere to make it instead. So this one is we have a daffodil, we have juncture, we have quite a few yellow ones actually. Or the natural, this is the natural cashmere as well. So it's even softer. And they work really well together. And I
agree. That yellow is so pretty.
Who doesn't want a cashmere hat? What a great idea. Oh, that's gorgeous.
This is nice. I think I have only like 3 or 4 skeins left of this one. This is a terracotta hand dyed with madder roots.
Wow.
This is a cashmere hand dyed.
Madder root.
Oh, no. I thought you said hooves.
No.
Do you have much botanically dyed stuff like that?
We used to have a collection of the cashmere we did, and then we sold out most of it. And because it was so complicated to get it naturally dyed, we had to stop and see, try to. Also, it was becoming really expensive, and because we wanted to have it dyed here in the U.S. because the cashmere would arrive here and then maybe France. So we just did this small collection. We did like we worked a lot with Kirsten Kapoor here in New York. We made a beautiful book with her. Mostly was hand-dyed yarns. And we sold so much that we thought, okay, it's done. We have done it, and let's move on to something else. And so we did. But, so we have a few ones there that could work well for this hat. So I thought it would be nice. And also, when Susan finished the hat, she asked me if I wanted the pom-pom. And actually, we almost bought one of your beautiful pom-pom. And she went on your website to get it. And then she said, oh, I have a lot of yarn. I said, well, maybe we should show it and make a pom-pom with the leftovers.
I love that idea.
And I asked her to make it like,
I love
with
it. Marled like that.
Myanmar colors. So I
And
thought.
I'm a big believer in, like, I love the faux fur pom-poms if you happen to have them, but it's also really nice to use up the yarn you bought for the project, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to use up leftovers that
Yeah.
way too. I think it looks really perfectly wintry. I can see someone, walking their dog or
Yeah.
going skiing or whatever.
Bad hair day.
Bad hair day for sure.
And I think you should have a pair of mitts. You should design a pair of mitts to go with it.
I love mittens, and you've totally read my mind. I would love to do mittens and maybe a little cowl.
A little cowl
I
as
don't know.
well. Yeah, with different colors, because it doesn't use much yarn. I don't know. I just saw it, and I thought if it's just one design that we want to talk to you about today, I want it to be.
Well, thank you.
I want it to be yours.
Thank you.
And we've got a few other people. I have. I'm sure you know Jen from Portness Studio with the beautiful rings. I think you have one of the rings.
Yes.
I have it.
Definitely has it on every time.
I wear it so often.
It's funny.
I'm not wearing
Today
it
is the
today.
only day that I don't have. I have another floral ring that I don't have it, but she has these beautiful, amazing rings and earrings, and so she's there. She says hi from Los Angeles.
Well, hello. I did see the earrings.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
They are gold. They are like super,
Right,
super
I'll send
nice.
that link to my husband. See if he picks that up.
You see, I just go and say, if I want something, I just get it for myself.
That's what I did with the ring. I just have admired it for so long that I thought, you know what? I just want this. I'm getting it. And I love it and wear it a ton.
Is actually, I enjoyed her jewelry for a while, and before, I think I bought the ring, and then I invited her to be our guest in our booth at Vogue Knit Live last year. The last Vogue, live show that we ever did. And she had her section, and so we all got mobbed, and she sold out, and she's good. So anyway, but that's enough for that. Let's talk about you, because I know more about Tracie than Jody, and but you actually, the name comes because you actually have a family business.
We do. We have our father has had for over 55 years, somewhere in there, his own grocery store. It's an IGA store that we grew up riding our bikes as little kids up and down the aisles before school, before the store opened. And we worked as we grew up, and then we brought our babies to the office as we worked, and they grew up. So it's in our blood.
It is.
So what is the grocery, like, a Canadian grocery? I dream about, maple syrup and pancakes, but what do you sell in there? What?
Well, we sell everything. The building itself is quite old. So when you think supermarket, I feel like today modern supermarkets are much bigger, where you think, oh my gosh, I forgot that thing in the deli and it's 5 minutes away. We're not that big, which is actually it's very nice. We've expanded as much as we can in the footprint, where we are. So it's homey and neighborhood, but we like to think that we have pretty much everything that you need.
Some specialty items, lots and lots of kosher. We're known in our city for having a really amazing kosher section. Right now it's really big because Passover is just starting. So
we bring in tons of food, and we do have, we've got our own bakers. They're baking fresh things every day, and we have a deli and a beautiful produce department. And when we're out and about in the world, if there's anything that we think is amazing, we'll make sure that it gets brought into the store so other people can enjoy it. So we actually love going on holidays and grocery shopping. Yeah, that's one of our favorite things to do, is to go to a market and just see, because it can be very different regionally.
Yeah. Somebody's asking a question. I'm coming back to that. We will also put all the links down below in the description box at the end of the chat. So if you have any question, you can just put them in the chat. But the name of the jewelry that we are talking about is Portness Studio, out in Los Angeles. And again, I'll put the link for sure. So do you have any Italian things in your groceries?
Yeah, we get from our specialty Italian center store, we get items brought in.
There's a few, this one grocery store in Edmonton, they've got a few locations, and they are a strictly Italian market. So of course we go there. We go there, and then we also purchase certain products from them for our store, like really excellent tomatoes and passata and all
Some
these
pasta.
Yeah, the really good tomato paste in the tube, you know, and some beautiful pasta. So we do like to do that. We like to bring things in to have sort of a specialty items, and customers often bring us stuff that they've found too. And so that way we do find new items, which we love it. It's totally, like Jody said, it's in our blood. Serving like in the community, you know, in that way, we love it.
So you grew up there as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that means we can't be fired, Paula.
Yeah, it's great. Job security.
That's good. And so you're also, some of your children, how many you have? One child each? Two? No.
I have three girls.
Okay.
I have a son and a daughter too. Yeah.
And some of them work also or help out there?
They all have, but currently two of my girls are, and then Max is dyeing yarn, but and both
of my kids have jobs at the store right now. And I mean, even for, you know, if you're looking for school when they're in school, but now with the pandemic and stuff, my daughter was sort of thinking about enrolling in another school, but she's thought, you know what, I'm just going to work now and worry about it later. Yeah. So everybody's working. It's actually, I love it. We love it. And I know our parents sure love that connection and being able to see their grandchildren so much. We are all in the same neighborhood, very close, our homes. So it's always really nice when we get to like see each other.
Yeah. And you've been in lockdown for so long, much longer. I mean, it looks, you know, Canada and Italy are much more similar. Here, there's more freedom in a way, which I don't, you know, particularly agree because I see people without masks around and I get very scared. But you've been separated for quite some time now. So this is one of the first, I think, a couple of weeks ago was the first time that you were back sitting next to each other doing the live shows.
True. It was from the beginning of December till the beginning of March. We were separate. We were doing our podcast via Zoom. We finally figured all of that out. And it was very different, but it was better than nothing, right?
I agree.
But it was better than nothing. And it was really important for us to be safe and to be doing our part to keep everyone else safe.
And I also think that people liked the connection still. Like it was some people were lucky enough to be their knitting circle once a week or once every 2 weeks. Yeah. And it's the only knitty kind of interaction they get. So for us to continue, it was really imperative we still do it. And we had to pivot and go Zoom.
And we love that connection. Yeah. We miss not doing it too. So
I'm sure. And you managed to do it once a week. And not only you do it once a week, but you do it for longer than 2 hours, which I would probably, I would probably
long-winded.
Die if I have to do 2 hours. But I'm on my own. So
we used to actually when we started, and then it would creep up to like an hour, and I would say to Jody, "Oh
Tracie
my gosh,
would like start sweating.
Like that's just it's too much. What are we talking about? We can't possibly need this much time to talk about our knitting." But it just I don't know. It's just very free flow, and we just kind of let it go. And when we're finished talking about the pile of yarn and the knitting we've got in front of us, we're done. There's really no schedule.
It seems like the 2 hours is kind of our happy place.
Yeah, the happy moment.
Yeah, we just have so much to talk about, the both of us, in that time, that it seems like we'd have to leave stuff out if we wanted it shorter.
But, so now, Jody, you have your own business as well.
Yes.
So you want to talk about that?
I make project bags under the name Mrs. Brown's Bags. My last name is Mrs. Brown.
I don't know where the name came from.
Totally.
I was actually asking, where's the name came from? I assumed that.
Yeah. I knit, or I used to knit them myself, but now I have a friend that helps me knit some knitted bulky swatches. I will photograph them and I will upload, and I use spoonflower.com and get my fabric printed, and then I get it delivered and make pretty bags with it.
I love them.
And they're really pretty. I was actually wondering how you get the image of the design. I was wondering whether it's some yarn that you like particularly and you make a swatch, yarn that you buy, you make a swatch and then you print it, or where does the inspiration? How do you decide that that's the yarn that goes on your bag?
I think it's just something that catches my eye. And I used to look for it, but now over all these years, I have about 130 designs in my Spoonflower account that I pull from. And we just did this collaboration with La Bien Amie. So then the 2 new ones I did with that. So I'll go quite a while without adding some new fabrics, but then I'll start seeing some new things. You know, right now we're craving color coming out of our gloomy winter. So,
and you got some crochet, which I love.
Yes.
The crochet, even though I don't crochet, just the look of that stitch is so beautiful on your bags.
Right.
So it's whatever catches my eye.
And now you mainly, you know, the project bags that you have, are you thinking about doing different shapes as well, or smaller, bigger, or you're happy with that? What about some handbags, like more carry-on bags?
I mean, it's endless what you can do, right? You know, I have a couple of totes with the handles. I have a couple of zipper bags. It's just, I'm kind of a lazy, whatever I can do and quick. There's so many bag makers that are, you know, with these beautiful, you know, hardware on it, and pockets in and out and stuff. I mean, I'm never going to be that fussy with my bag. So I just kind of think my design, they're simple, they're functional, and I think they last a really long time. And that's kind of where I'm sticking. Not too many designs.
And do you make them yourself? You seam them yourself?
Everything.
Wow.
Everything.
Where do you find the time?
Exactly.
Paula, I don't know some days.
I wonder. I mean, one of the things that amazes me from week to week is how many you know, whips and object and finish, you know, FO that you have. That from what I was like, they just finished that. How can they possibly have so many new ones? So do you sleep while you knit, or do you knit while you sleep?
I wish.
We have private knitters. No, we don't.
I'm forcing my kids to knit for me, and I don't feed them unless they produce a sock. No, I don't know. I mean, I think we go through waves of small accessories. So like when we're knitting hats and mitts and stuff, those are pretty easy to do in a week or two. Mm-hmm. But when we've got a sweater that we're working on, if we stick with it, we just like to keep moving on with the next project.
Right.
So I like to knit a sweater for as quick as I can so I can get on to the next one.
Yeah.
And who started first? Who started knitting first?
I was the knitter first. Jody was a crocheter first, but I was a knitter first.
But I didn't crochet till after she began knitting. So she started the whole thing.
We like crafting. We've always liked colorful, crafty things. We just like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So is this how the grocery girls came about?
Yes.
So what made you sit down one day and say, we are going to go live and do a video?
Oh my gosh.
So while I'm sewing for hours a day, I always like to have something on, and I usually listen to audiobooks, but I was starting to listen to, and I don't know how I discovered.
Me either.
Knitting podcasts on YouTube. And so that's how it started. And I said to Tracie, you know, watch these. And then it turned into, maybe we can do this.
Jody turned me on to Etsy. I did not know what Etsy, where it was. I didn't even know it was a thing. And knitting podcasts on YouTube. So that was a huge game changer for me, because I'm here knitting at home by myself. You know, life is busy. It's not like you can go out and meet people all the time and knit. But those YouTube videos are like having a little knitting circle in your house at your convenience. And I totally get it when people say that they enjoy having someone to hang out with and knit. I totally get it. But yeah, we just thought it looks really fun to show what you've been knitting and the yarns you just bought. Let's make one video. And that was the extent of our planning. And it still is kind of the extent of our planning.
And you started by editing them. So you started, you were filming them, you were doing the editing, and then you put them out. And then one point you just decided, well, forget about it. We are just going and.
Well, yes. So we would sort of record in the morning, and then Jody would go home in the afternoon and do all her bag sewing, and I would spend the afternoon editing. And because I think I'm just too detailed. Like, I was having fun with the sound effects and the titles and the adding all this. It took like forever for me to edit our videos. And then Jody said one day, why are we even editing? Like, who cares if the title's on the screen? We make really detailed show notes in Ravelry, and we could certainly put them below the video. Why are you spending all those hours editing when you could be doing something else? And that's how it changed, because it's true. Like, we like to have a lot of balls in the air and juggling, and it turned into more of a job.
Yeah.
The editing end of it.
Yeah.
And
which you didn't love.
It was not as much fun.
Yeah.
Especially when we start talking for 2 hours. Now I have a lot of editing to do. So that's what happened. I got lazy and just quit doing it. And I know our podcast is not the most polished, and we totally get that, but it's a way of doing it that works for us.
Yeah.
And it does kind of reflect that we are casual and impromptu, and it is a true reflection, I think, of who we are.
I think that's what I really love about it. And I think that's at the beginning when I said, you inspire me, is because we started back last March when, the stores were closing, and there was, we didn't really have an online presence. We were selling a few things, but not much. We were mainly on wholesale, and we thought, okay, let's try to do our own retail. But not many people knew about mYak. And despite the show, people will know about us because of all the shows that we did around the world. And people would just buy directly from us or the stores. And then, somebody suggested, actually, Liz and Melissa from Espace Tricot had, they had the beautiful edited monthly video. It was beautiful, and I was watching them, and more than once, they told me, do it. Why don't you do it? You have a story, tell it. And I'm like, no, not me. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go in front of a camera. And they kept telling me that, and I was watching them. I said, all this editing and everything else. And when the COVID started, I was at home, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try. And I click live on the Instagram, on the phone. And I saw these people start coming and say, hi, Paula, how are you doing? I'm like, oh, God, people are actually, there are people there. Right? And then people ask for more. And I started doing this. So I came out with the idea of doing, the Knitting Yak channel. And I started asking, and then I reached out to Melanie Berger and to Sari and to Isabel, to others, to Andrea Maury, and I said, Hohi. And I said, would you mind doing this for me? And they all said yes, which was really amazing that everybody said yes. And I started doing all of this chat. And then people saying, well, we don't really we are not on Instagram. Can you put them on YouTube? And then I moved we moved them on YouTube. Then Amy started helping me. Amy's here as well, helping me today. She started editing them. And it took forever to edit them and to put them up. And, I was like, oh, no, I don't want to do another live and edit it because it takes forever. And then I saw that you were doing that, like click, go live, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah. And I saw, and I thought, let me try to do that. So I think, again, as I said, it's not polished. It's just us talking, and whatever happens, happens. And I guess if there is, something really bad missing, or like 2 minutes with no sound, we will try to do it. But other than that,
it has to work in everybody's busy. Like, it has to work. If editing is not your thing and it's not bringing you joy, then we don't edit. Yeah. Bottom line, right? It's got to be happy for both of us to do it. And if one person's thinking, oh, it's a chore, then we should just not do it.
Yeah. I never even thought of it. It was totally Jody's idea. She's like, well, let's just stop editing. And I was like, yeah, let's just stop
do that. It's actually so much easier.
I do love the live. So of course we don't have to save the video and upload it later. That's how the live started. Okay, let's just forget the uploading part. But then you start going live, and people have made a point of coming to join you, and they have questions and they want to interact. And it really did seem like a knit get together, because there's a two-way conversation. We can see lots of the chatter, right?
Yeah.
And it really did make us feel connected, and especially through the last year. I mean, when there was zero chance of getting together with knitters anywhere. Yeah. It's been a real gift for us, for sure. Yeah.
And I actually have the knitting posse on watching. I think it's Kate. Is that Kate? Is that you? I'm not sure. There are three. There are three ladies. I don't know if you follow their podcast. It's also very inspiring. Kate especially. It's like three friends, and they put together this knit. They knit like crazy as well. and they talk about their designs, and they are here in New Jersey, Connecticut, I think this area.
Okay.
And they come to they came to our events here in New York when we used to have events in this beautiful space, and Kate has done a couple of samples as well for us. And they are very professional. They'll tell you about all of their designs and everything else. So that's another wonderful, if you want to have another inspiration while you knit or when you sew or anything else, the Knitting Posse is, yes, it is Kate. It's a very nice one. But now, all right, so I thought, I always like to do something different every time that I speak to somebody. Connecticut, cities, Connecticut, yes. Oh, with my Italian accent, Connecticut. Yeah,
I love your accent, Paula.
That's another thing I always felt really embarrassed because I thought with the editing, maybe I can say something again, the pronunciation.
No.
I have my 7 years old correcting my pronunciation.
Well, I think you sound perfect. I'm sure I understand everything.
I think she doesn't understand, of course she knows that, she knows that I'm Italian and everything else, but, sometimes she looks at me and she says, Mama, why are you different from the other moms?
Isn't that funny?
Oh, and I'm like, what? Let me explain you why.
Does she speak Italian?
She understands everything, and Russian as well, because my husband is Russian.
Oh, wow.
And not many people know that. So she understands everything. And so if she wants, but she rather speaks English right now because of school. When she went to nursery and kindergarten, she only spoke Italian. And, they were calling me from school saying, we don't understand her. And I said, well, she will figure it out. And now she's, now she only speaks English. She speaks English back to me. So we have this weird conversation. We go around. I speak Italian. She answers back in English. And people look at us saying,
I love that.
They're from the same
I think
family.
having a second language, especially when it's your heritage, like it's your family, right? I think that's an amazing thing. We took French in school, and there was no French at home. And my mom was like, you're going to wish that you stuck with that. And because I begged to drop that option in school. Right? As soon as I didn't have to take it anymore, I was like, begging to take it off my schedule. And she's right. I totally wish that I was fluent in another language. Yeah. So it's such a good thing.
And I tried to tell her, it was so hard for me to learn all these other languages when I grew up. I mean, I learned, it's funny because I learned English because I was studying Chinese, and all of the dictionary were in English, Chinese, not Italian. So when we had to look up a word in Chinese, we have to learn. So, the English was mainly coming from that. And, it was either French or English. So, I learned both French and English actually at the same time. And, but it was, it was so hard. And I'm telling her, look, Russian, I mean, is like language that is so difficult to learn. Learning now is good, but 7 years old is like not exactly.
She probably is just absorbing it at home, and she doesn't even know how much.
Yeah,
she knows,
probably.
Right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's fantastic.
We get a lot of nice comments. I mean, of your talents, Paula. Thank you, Jane.
Yes.
And do the grocery girls speak Ukrainian?
Wouldn't that be great? No.
No, I understand it.
Doesn't. Pierogi. Our Guido, our Guido and Baba, we never heard them speak it, but they obviously knew it.
Yeah.
No, and that's a shame, isn't it? That we don't have any of that. That's too bad.
So they came from Ukraine?
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
our grandparents, their parents brought them to Canada.
Where in Ukraine?
I don't know.
My husband was born in Kiev, actually. That's why.
Yeah, it's. I do have right in front of me here, though, my grandfather's spinning wheel, grandmother's spinning wheel. It's over 100 years old. So it came from the Ukraine when they all emigrated.
I have my grandmother's mother's spinning wheel in Italy at home as well.
Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm. That's so nice.
Which is one of the things that
beautiful handmade piece of history.
Maybe you'll become a spinner, Tracie.
I don't think so. But I'm also a little bit possessive of it. Like, I don't want to get rid of it, but I certainly don't use it. But it means a lot to have a piece of history like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, you should practice so that we can go when I'll take you to Tibet to see the Dokarpo project that you helped so much with, maybe you will be a pro at spinning and you can help the ladies.
If I go to Tibet, I will learn how to spin. How does that sound?
Good.
That's a deal.
She'll hold you to it.
Yeah. I will spin yak in Tibet.
Yes. So do you have your notebook ready?
I do.
All right. So you cannot look at each other, okay? I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh my gosh, this is too fun.
I'm going to ask you a question. You have to write the answer. Turn it around. We might not be able. You might have to read it in case we cannot read it because you're upside down or something.
So,
I didn't really figure it out.
Big letters for the answers.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So maybe Jody put it that way. Yes.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So how
Jody's
many?
A cheater. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, don't cheat. Okay. How many episodes of the Grocery Knits have you filmed or done or published?
Jody.
Ready? Turn around.
Oh my God.
Good. 128. Okay. Good. Sorry for the waste of paper. I'm an environmentalist. I'm not sorry for that. I should have asked you to do it.
We will. I'll use the other side.
Okay, so 128. I mean, I just want to take a second. It's 5 years, 128 episodes. This is amazing.
Thank you, Paula.
Well, it really is.
Thank you. I mean, it's been 100% fun. So every single one of those episodes is because we wanted to be there and we wanted to be sharing, and we just felt so welcome in that space. So it's been so much fun.
So how many people have watched the first episode?
Oh,
that's a good. Is that
you
my
cannot
question?
cheat. Yeah, it is the question. Don't cheat. Don't look on your phone.
Oh,
I'm gonna say 90,000.
I think
it was 60.
You go faster than you cannot show your answer before Tracie did. 98,000, almost there. 100,000 views.
Wow,
100,000 views for the first episodes 5 years ago.
Now, you know, there's kids that open packages of Lego, they get millions of views, but we're very happy. That's crazy.
Yeah, very happy with that.
If I get 300 views, I'm happy. So
wow.
100,000 views for the first episode. That means that people have gone back because you know, of course you have more followers and, you know,
right.
And people go back.
Paula, it means people have watched and said,
right. I'm not. What is this garbage? Click.
Hey, I think it's now 100,001 because I watched. I went back from the first episode to watch them.
Okay, I like your answer better.
Me too.
And first sentence that you utter on the first episode.
I'm gonna barf. That's what I felt like. First sentence.
Da-da-da, suspense.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even fathom.
I think it was
take two.
Like, hi, I'm Tracie, I'm Jody. No, I don't think we were that.
Take two.
I help you. It's the same sentence that you use at least in half of your episodes at the beginning. We're having some technical difficulties.
Oh, that's so funny.
Well, that has not changed.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're still having technical difficulties till this day.
That's so funny because our first video we actually couldn't upload because there was no sound.
Right.
Yeah. So that's funny.
It's been.
That is very funny.
Okay. So what is your most common sentence? Well, you have to write it down. You're not cheating.
Okay.
Or Jody.
You're both very close. I love that. That's what Tracie said, and I can't even. But the most common, and you know, I cannot promise that I watch all 128. Is, do you think we are live now?
Oh, are we live?
Are we live? And the second one is Tracie.
That
you say
like
what?
Right?
Yes.
That's
You're,
funny,
what?
Paula.
So that's the.
We're podcasting.
Exactly.
She's here.
Georgia.
That really is this.
Your auntie's being mean.
What is the first Finnish object on your first episode?
Oh, I actually remember what I wore. Oh my God. And I remember the yarn.
Paula, I don't remember what I did an hour ago.
Only because I posted a picture not long ago on our 5th anniversary. I wore this triangular shawl by Sweet Georgia, and it was like coral and cream and kind of like raspberry, and it was really nice, but I don't remember what it's called.
Wouldn't know, but I'm guessing it's a shawl. Do I get half points?
It's a shawl. Half points for that is called A Gleam by Northbound Knitting.
Yes.
You both
had it. So much. Love her.
So that is your first FO.
That's so funny.
So now let's see how well you know your sister.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. What is your sister's favorite food?
That list is
okay.
long.
Wait. So wait a minute. Let's not wait. Hold on, because that's the way we have to play. So, Tracie, the question is, what is Tracie's favorite food? You both have to write Tracie's favorite food on your piece of paper now.
Oh, my favorite food?
Yes. To see whether it matches, because you could just cheat and tell me like, oh yeah, that's it. So Tracie's favorite food.
A broader food, like a cuisine.
Okay, then I know what you're writing.
Oh no, that's too broad. Sorry, it's my channel, my game.
Okay. I love.
I have 2 answers.
Okay,
but I'm going to stick with this one. Italian
spaghetti and meatballs.
She's right. I said
Italian with tomato and pasta. So
she's totally right.
All right, so the Italian side is good. Okay, you just get a point just because you said something Italian. It's the best cuisine in the world anyway, with Japanese cuisine, which I love.
Oh.
Okay, so Jody, we have to do Jody now. What is Jody's favorite food? And guys, if you're watching and you have any question that I should ask, that you're interested in asking, please do that.
What did you say? Mexican and tacos.
What about steak?
I love that too.
What do you pick for your birthday every year?
Steak.
But she loves Mexican tacos now.
No, what?
Better now.
Tacos are something you eat more frequently.
Okay, if I was to,
How about steak tacos?
Tracie, you are right more than me. I do love steak more than tacos.
I forgot my favorite food. I'm not kidding when I say the list is long.
Do you cook a lot? So this is not a question for, this is an actual question. Do you cook a lot, or do you order more takeout and stuff?
Every day.
Cook every day.
Every day, both of us. We like fresh, easy food. So something I can make in 30 minutes, but it's not a package.
Not
usually.
Processed food.
Yeah.
Like it was, last night I made, we had tacos, fresh tacos, and the night before was spaghetti and meatballs. From scratch.
I'm coming to your house.
Come in. I actually made ragu the other day, so I'm just.
Tonight? I don't know.
Paula, do you cook lots? I feel like you're so busy.
Every day. Every day, and now even twice a day, because if I'm home, I do lunch and dinner.
Yes.
And
so do you cook like you would at home in Italy, like seasonally? Yeah. That's what I loved so much about being over there.
Sometimes my husband says, "Oh, I really would like to have eggplant," and my answer is like, "They're not in season."
Exactly. Why would we eat that?
I said, "Well, they are in the store." I said, "No, we don't eat them because they don't have that flavor."
Exactly.
I'm like, okay. No, but I do cook a lot. I love to, because I travel so much around, like in my life, and I lived in Asia most of my life, more than what actually I lived in Asia more than what I lived in Italy. That's funny. I do cook a lot of, Asian, Vietnamese, Chinese, a lot of spicy food, but Indian. I love one of the things when we were a student in China. One of the things that we would cook a lot, just to go out and not have Chinese every day, and Italian was, you cannot really find decent pasta. We would just cook a lot of Indian. So I learned a lot of Indian cuisine is one of my favorite. Moroccan, India.
Yes.
I wish I really have very little experience with actual authentic Indian food. I would like more of that.
Yeah.
I love curry, like butter chicken, but I know there's way more to it than that. So I would love to get into that. I love Vietnamese and Asian, all kinds of really great foods from over there.
I do a lot of that, I don't cook any Mexican, for example. I don't cook. So sometimes we go out, we used to, not anymore, and we get nice Mexican, but if not, it's a lot of Italian. Yeah, might be boring, but
that's a pretty good menu. I think that's pretty great.
But let's go back to my questions. Where are my questions? I think.
Okay.
So now is about Jodi. Okay. If she were to travel to one place on her own, no family, no friends, no nothing, where would she go? So that would be her favorite place to visit.
Oh, Mexico, Ireland.
Mexico.
It was weird because
where do you normally go to travel?
I know. I wouldn't do anything by myself. I don't like to travel.
The real answer to that is that would never happen, ever.
You don't like to travel?
Get to the airport and turn around and come home.
I'm not a very good flyer, Paula.
That's okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
I love that idea of like a dream destination, like just in a perfect world.
Wow.
It sounds like it would be nice to go somewhere and have like a little cabana on an island all by yourself.
I'm too much of a nervous Nelly to travel like that by myself.
Yeah, I don't like traveling by myself either. I've very, very rarely done
together, it. Or not together, but as a friend, would you travel more or not? Let's say, things go back
Tracie would love for me to travel more because we'd see more of Europe.
I don't wish for it though, because I know it's not her thing. So I don't think, geez, I wish we were doing more of that. I do enjoy traveling. And so I just do it with my husband.
He loves it.
He loves it equally as much. Like he'll go anywhere, and he loves golf. So any knitting destination has a golf course. So we're very happy doing our thing together. But I do love traveling with Jody because it's always a full-on knitting trip. So those are fun. They're super fun.
We'll get to Europe next. I think 2022 will be our year for me to get over there somewhere.
Then okay, we have to organize a knitting retreat so that you can come there. No pressure.
Norway, like Iceland,
and
Scotland.
And it's funny because we both said hot places for you, and neither of us love that feeling. Like we both would rather be somewhere that's.
I was actually surprised. Yeah, I mean Iceland. Oh, Iceland. I mean, it's such a wonderful place, and. I traveled there a few years ago. I think it was for my birthday. It was a treat. I always try to do one. We do one big travel. Well, we travel all the time, and I cannot stay put. But we do one big trip for my daughter's birthday and one big trip for my birthday.
That's so nice.
And so my daughter, instead of having a party with with all of her friends, we get to do a family trip, which is really nice. And she
How
learned
old is
things.
your daughter?
She's 7.
Nice.
So she has, she doesn't remember the first 6. She does remember.
It doesn't matter.
She does remember the last 3 very, very, very specifically. But for one year we went to Iceland, and they have this blue lagoon where you float. Yes. And so we arrived, and so my birthday, and I got my husband just gift me 2 hours massage in the lagoon. I was like, bliss. I was there floating in this lagoon with this massage. I thought I was in paradise.
Because wherever we go to the spa.
Yeah,
like facials and massages and things like that. I just had a comment, Tracie, you have to come to Portugal. She's been to Portugal.
I've been to Portugal, but it wasn't long enough. And of course you can't see everything, but we were in Lisbon and did some day trips. And my husband and I still talk about how beautiful it was and how amazing the people were in Portugal. We loved Portugal.
It's one of the countries. Yeah, I've been like 2 times.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And one of the places where I really want to go back.
Said, do you know they don't eat dinner till 10 o'clock? I'd be in bed already.
That is one of the things that I find hard to adjust to when we travel, because it's ridiculous to go out for dinner at 7 o'clock. The restaurants are barely even open, right? And you're literally the first person that's walked through the door. But honestly, when they're eating dinner, I would rather be in bed. It's so weird.
It's funny because we like the fact that we go earlier and we are the first one in the restaurant because all of the attention is on us, and you get some extra things here and there because they wait for the masses to come.
Yes,
so
you always get great service because like you were in kind of a quiet restaurant. I love that. I love that. I just can't adjust to the late night dinners.
I'd be hangry from 7 till 10.
You have to eat like a snack at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you just get to
right? Like
then,
so you can get through to dinner.
Yeah, that was one of the trips that we did for my daughter's birthday, Lisbon. So that was one of the trips that we did that. There was another question actually. Let me see. One of the questions for you, both of you. So this is for Jody actually. What is the most cringe-worthy thing Jody has ever said on the Grocery Girls?
We probably shouldn't say it again.
We shouldn't say it.
The list is long.
We're not going to say it on your channel, Paula. Don't worry.
And that's one of the things I actually remember about the beginning of your channel. And I was like, I laughed because I said, whoa, what those words? I don't even know those words. What do they mean?
Isn't that funny? Because we would kind of whisper these things to each other because we were like, well, we can't say that on you, put it out there on YouTube, like how
apparently you can.
Immature and like all this funny humor that we think is hilarious. We can't say that on a YouTube channel.
But
and
I like the fact that you did say it, I mean, for me it was fine.
Out. Yeah. But I have to say it's been really fun not having to worry about that stuff. We don't try and be like over the line, but things kind of pop up.
Yeah. Because it's just Tracie and I talking, right? So it's like, I wouldn't talk like that if I had a group of people I wasn't really, really close with.
Right.
So that's why everyone gets, a little more than they want.
It is funny, but it is very weird because we're sitting in a room by ourselves, just amusing each other.
Yeah.
And Jody, so there is something that qualifies as that, but we're not going to share it again.
Is I think for me is that because English being one of my other languages, I don't use words that I'm not supposed to use, like swear words or anything else, because it doesn't come as natural. But if I am chatting with Andrea in Italian, not on YouTube, even there's because we chat every day, and even my daughter picked a few up and say, "Oh, what does this word mean?" And I turned around and said, "Did I say that out loud?"
That's Paula Unfiltered.
Yes. I said,
Paula After Dark.
That's right.
When she goes to school and says this word, thank God they don't know what it means. But anyway, I'm getting confused here. I'm losing track of my game. It's okay.
I love your game.
All right, so we didn't know. Okay, you don't want to travel, and so Italy would be the next trip for both of you, I think, or Europe at least.
That would be great. That would be a really great big trip for Jody. She would love every minute.
Now, if you were to, let's just answer, so without the paper then. If you were to knit one thing for the rest of your life, I know you don't have to, but what would you knit? What type of garment would you knit?
That's a terrible question, by the way.
Sweater, but boy, I would miss my socks.
I would too, and I would definitely pick sweater. Oh. And hats. You would hit hats forever? You would never see?
Yes, hats.
You wear hats. I would definitely pick a sweater, and my feet would be freezing because I wouldn't have any more wool socks. But that's a really hard question because I love them equally. Socks and sweaters, I love equally.
Equally. What about sweaters and shawls?
Sweaters, for sure.
Yeah.
Jody, I would knit you a sweater and you could knit me a hat and we could sort of...
Oh, yeah. What about the socks, though? Who is going to knit the socks?
Well, apparently I can only choose one thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
If I could choose two, it would be socks and sweaters.
So how many socks, unpaired socks you have?
This is a question my mom likes to ask us. Did you ever finish those socks? And the answer is usually nah. How many unpaired do I have? Not as many anymore because I'm getting better at finishing my pairs.
I probably would say 6 to 8, maybe.
No, that's not
I don't
bad.
have very many. Maybe 10-ish, a dozen.
12,
so now the next question.
I don't know.
But you can pair them. I mean, you know,
Yes.
who stops you from, I mean, that's what I love. A lot of, you know, there's so many days that I put two socks, different socks, just because I like it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I think it's
sock
cute
is a
too.
sock.
Yeah.
It's,
it doesn't give me anxiety to have socks that don't have a mate. I'm okay with that.
Well, you know, we all need some single socks, I think. I don't need socks. I don't know how to knit socks. Oh,
You don't?
I had no idea. I mean, I wouldn't wear them. I'm very picky about what I put on my body. This
You
is
could
all
knit cashmere socks, Paula.
conversation.
What's
That's
your
it.
answer
I
to
only
that
wear
question?
cashmere socks. I said that out loud. People don't judge me. In winter, I only wear Italian cashmere socks. They come with holes, and then I mend them, and then I mend them again, and I love them, and I had them for years because they're expensive. But that's all I wear.
But you could knit yourself a pair in your cashmere.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I can just
pay
send you
somebody
some
to do it
cashmere.
Or
for
get a
you.
sample knitter to do it.
I know. But I know that when we chatted on your channel, you asked me if I knit, and I said, you know, yeah, I do knit. So I thought I'd show you, at least I show you one thing that I knit. That was a while back. I haven't knitted in a while, but I don't really have time. But that's my last
Oh, that's beautiful.
piece. This is the...
colors.
That's
you see
so
the end,
gorgeous.
somebody has to come and... but they're fringes. I call them fringes.
Yeah, love it.
But that's the last piece. Amy's holding another one.
You can see the drape on that, Paula.
This is the
You
baby
see
yak
the
silk.
drape. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. This is the Time Trades by Caitlin Hunter with our baby yak silk. And I just, you know, chose the palette that I wanted with all of my pinks and purples.
So that's a bunch of mini, like smaller.
Yeah, those are mini ones. Those are the mini skeins. So it's easier to, you know, to do that, like the shyness, and you know, it's easy. And then talking about the cashmere and the baby yak, that's the other one that I knit.
I want to make this. I have this pattern.
And this one I knitted in the summer. In Sicily, actually, you know, because it comes in pieces. So I travel with the bag, and I have one piece at a time, and it was easy. So, you know, this is just one piece that you can travel, and you don't really have to do.
So is that modular knitting where you knit one square and then you pick up stitches and move on?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Yeah. And what I did, I just knit the 3 pieces, and then I gave it to Amy, and I said, "Can you put it together for me?" Otherwise, it would have been in the bag. It would have been in the bag for 3 pieces. Yeah, she can do it. Yeah, I can lend her to you.
Some people love seaming.
Yeah, I love that red and pink. I love that combo.
I love them together. So this is the Dover Lane by Kirsten Kapoor, and it's been my, you know, blankie basically for
That's
so long.
gorgeous.
So
is a shawl your favorite thing to knit then?
No, maybe? I don't. It's funny because especially when we started mYak, and we were doing more like, you know, like sweaters, hats, and people say, "Don't you have shawls?" And I'm like, "What would you do with a shawl? Why would you wear a shawl?" And I remember specifically, that's the new word that my daughter learned. Specifically, I went to the TNNA show in Ohio, which is the big wholesale trade show, and with my husband, I was probably like 7 months pregnant. We drove for 13 hours in a little car together. It was my birthday. And I saw all of this, you know, I was very shy. I think I told you, I'm super shy to talk to people. And I was just there in my little booth. And I saw all these people coming with a little cholette, you know, and I was like, what is that? I just don't understand it.
It's a dickie.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, why? It doesn't keep you warm. It just, you know. And people start saying, you know, what about shawls? What about shawls? And I said, well, you know, I understand like a wrapper. I understand something really big, a rectangular. And then I started looking at designers that would just do that. And I fell in love with Kirsten Kapoor's design because she does a lot of those rectangular big wraps. And so, you know, I contacted her and we started working together. Julie Hoover, she was doing these beautiful rectangular wraps. And but then slowly, you know, and even this one, if you think, you know, is more rectangular than anything else.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. So, but then I met, you know, we had this retreat in Italy with Melanie Berg, And she, I took the classes, the workshops, and started. So I have quite a few that are started, like this much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, put it back.
You can wear it.
What a great workshop to have Melanie Berg come.
It was so nice to have. We were in this beautiful, the spa, everything. Oh, that was beautiful in Italy as well. But anyway. And then we had, then I took classes with Olga Buraya-Kefelian, Olga Josie. She came here. Her classes, I think she's one of the most wonderful teachers that is out there.
I noticed she's teaching at the next Knit City virtual.
Yeah,
I looked and thought, I'd love to take that class.
Her work is mind blowing. It's
Those
literally
3D cowls and stuff that she makes. I just think I want to know the secret to that.
It's funny because where's my cowl here? This is the last design that she did for us, talking about cowl.
Oh wow!
And when she started, and each time I say it, I'm like, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that. And I took a class with her here, and I actually started making it, back and forth, and I had a piece made, and I'm like, wow, I can actually make it. And I'm not an advanced knitter. So, but the way she teaches it and the way she walks you through it and gives everything to you, you come out and say, I can do a 3D knitted, something that I didn't know yesterday. So, if you have an opportunity to take a class with her, for sure.
Okay. That's a great teacher, when you leave there thinking you've learned something. Yeah. And it was way easier than you thought, and you've got the skills to go home and finish that project. That's a great teacher.
Pardon me.
This is hot. I lost track of what I was saying, but maybe I was not saying anything important. There's a lot of things. I'm all about the color and the fringe, yes. I'm wearing my Dover Lane shawl right now in your colors. Oh, that's Catherine. Yes. It's Vienna. Yes, we have also from Austria. There's a nice customer that we have. I think what I love about mYak is that we have customers all around the world. They're more like international. Even if we have a very great UK base, and it's nice to see our yarn sort of, moving in different direction around the world, from, Japan to Norway to Australia and things like that. But, I want to talk about you guys. So it's not about me.
We were very excited to see our local yarn shop carry mYak. Yes. So it was a big day. It was like texting friends. Did you see they brought in mYak? It was a big deal.
Is that the Knitting Loft, yeah? No.
Yes.
The Fiber Nook.
Oh, the Fiber Nook, yes.
Yeah, Knitting Loft is in Toronto, which is another store on our wish list to go visit those ladies.
That's good.
A lot.
And another Canadian store that has a lot, all of our yarn is the Needle Hay. Oh my God. She's going to kill me for not remembering the name. Hay in the Needle?
Needle in a haystack?
Needle in the haystack.
Does that sound right? I don't know that store.
She's guessing. Don't listen to her.
I thought we were still playing a game.
Let's do the game, as it was part of the name. But, the Anna, she owns this store, and she has all of her yarn. She's been wonderful. So a lot of the Canadian, please do buy from Canadian stores.
Where's her shop?
Yes, can you check it up? Is Needle in the Hay. Needles in the Hay.
Okay.
And this has been our main retailer. Yes, and she's doing great. She also has a podcast, and as well as she does a YouTube channel. Peterborough.
Oh, that's Ontario also.
Yeah. Needle in the Hay. Thank you, Monique. Yes.
Well, it's so big too. There's
she carried everything, the baby yak, the Tibetan cloud, the baby yak silk, and everything. She has everything. She knits a lot with her yarn, and she has a lot of stuff. So I actually
thinking, I'm already mentally Googling her shop.
So now in terms of, I think oh, look at that. Can I just show 2 new things that I have not shown to anybody yet?
Of course. I would love to see that.
If I remember the names.
Yes.
We just finished. So when Susan sent your Homestead Hat, she also finished knitting Steven West, the two hats that I have here. So this is the painting bricks.
You knit that one.
And the honeycomb hat.
What's that one called? This is the one with the stripes?
Painting bricks. Honey stripe.
Okay. That's really cute.
And those are really nice. So this is with a Tibetan cloud, and we use the, you can use the same colors and just knit 2 hats. Of course, I had to show them in 2 different
What is
colors.
Tibetan cloud a fingering weight?
No, it's a light DK.
Oh.
So yeah, we did a lot of stuff with that. That's that's good. Let me show you one color that you might like.
Ooh, the baby pink. Ooh, I love that.
Paula is a pink lover. I did get that. I did.
You?
Yes, from watching videos. She loves pink.
And her shirt and her shawl.
I love pink. You might if I just yeah, pink.
That pink is beautiful that you just showed.
It's really nice. The Tibetan cloud. This is the wool that we dehair. So it's very, very soft because we separate the coarse hair from the
Okay.
it's so nice. So this is also the Knitting Loft start carrying the entire line of.
So it's light DK.
It's a light DK. It's
Beautiful.
So it's very good. I think people have made socks with this.
Really?
Yeah, that's these Hungarian designer Susanna Ortodoxa. She made socks with these 2 colors.
Isn't that cute? Boy, I love those colors. You guys really have a beautiful color palette.
Oh, thank you.
You change that up seasonally every once in a while? Do you introduce a new color? Because I love the colors.
Yeah, we just know we have the base, and then once in a while we come out with a new color. Like we introduce. Now we try to introduce that with the Cora Club. Every 2 months we introduce a new color and see whether people like it or not. If they like it, we might bring it in. But each time that we bring in a new color, I have to abandon one because of the because of the quantity that we can afford and deal with and everything else. So each season is like, ooh, which baby do you abandon to bring in a new one? So, but with the cloud is easier. We just made the new one where the season was the red.
Oh, that's awesome.
My mom would love that red.
And so which we have to do
a great red.
Is that the red you knit yours in?
It's similar to a red that I used.
That's a beautiful red.
I knit a hipster cowl in a red like that. And
yes,
my mom
I think
got a hipster shawl in a red. But I don't know that I knew you had that red. So
well, we had it and it sold out in 24 hours. So you couldn't possibly have even managed to get that. That was we did a small production for Valentine's Day. And so we just put it out there, say, let me see if people like it.
That's such a good way to do that. And it's not a huge, like dyeing a ton of it so that you're stuck with a color that doesn't move, but test the waters a little bit. I love that.
And that was done because I hate red.
No.
Do you?
You do?
It's not my go-to
but
color.
It looks amazing on you. Like you're holding that up and it would look so good on you.
And even and that's after we done that, I kept one skein, the sample skeins. And I said, okay, let me see if I put it together with the pink, if I can wear with it, if we can live with it. So we did that.
Well, and I'm just waiting to hear you say now that you love red because it's perfect like that.
I love it if it's more like an orangey red connected with a pink.
That looks so good.
But you won't see me with a red lipstick or a red,
oh,
I don't know, maybe something. But my daughter loves red. I do red with some because I wanted to use it up.
I put on the red lipstick and then I take it off before I leave the bathroom because I'm like, who are you kidding?
You can't pull this off.
Talking about me? Do you wear makeup? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
A little, not a lot. And it's all very neutral.
Mascara today for me only.
Yeah. Not very much. I don't love fussing with makeup, but I mean, I feel like I do a little. Bronzer is a good thing.
Bronzer's your friend. We're this gorgeous with very little makeup, Paula.
Right.
Oh, so Amy says here, Amy was blabbing away and trying to do. She says the rumor has it that if you put a red lipstick on when you age, it makes you look younger. I have to try. I don't know.
We're all going to run out and get red
lipstick.
lipstick.
Exactly. I'm going to try because,
I'm trying everything else. I might as well try that.
Exactly. I'm past 50 is like, woof. Yeah. Anyway.
That shawl is absolutely gorgeous.
But it's really nice. There's another
I'm 50 this summer, Paula.
You're 50 this summer? When?
Yeah.
Which month?
July.
Oh, which day? I should have asked
26th.
You. Oh, the end of the. Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's a big. So you were born in 1972? No, 71. I'm quick with math.
Yeah, you are.
So who is the youngest?
You're 51. I'm 51.
No, I'm 53.
No, am I 52? No,
I'm
51.
older. I'm 50. I'm going to be 53 in 2 months.
I will be 52 in July. Jody
Wow,
will turn 50 and I'll
So
turn 52.
50, 51, 52, right?
Look at that. Right now we are that.
There you go.
And Amy's 54. mYak red is wonderful with chocolate color. That's Luciana from Switzerland. She is the lady that challenged me to make a red.
Well, I love that. And she's probably so right. Chocolate brown would be beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, that would be good. And
I think red is kind of a neutral. Like you can pair it with all,
I think.
like
I will
the tans
warm
and
up to
taupes
it.
and navies and grays and blacks and make it work.
Yeah. But anyway, so, okay, let's go back. I was like sidetracking here. That's why I don't have a list of things. But so that was your favorite things. So what is your favorite? What is your favorite knitting accessories? You don't have to give brand's name, but if you don't want to. But what is that? While you knit, what can you do without?
Well, I mean, ultimately interchangeable needles, but if I can pick something kind of fun, I do love that little on the go. There's a Canadian company called Thread and Maple, and they make these little accessories. It's actually a very new company, but they make this little teeny leather folder that holds stitch markers and scissors and darning needles, all the little things you need. And like, it's less than the size of your palm. And I just find it super handy. And so for gadgets, that might be my favorite gadget, but I do love a good tool. I love buying knitting tools. What's your favorite?
I love the Coco Knits, and we've just got, but the Coco Knits stitch marker, actually anything Coco Knits is incredible, but they're little colorful plastic stitch markers.
Yeah.
I don't use a ton of gadgets. I don't use a stitch counter. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty easy.
I love a really good pair of sharp scissors. I don't need a lot of stuff. I just need
a sock ruler.
I love a sock ruler. The sock ruler is kind of awesome for sock knitters.
Yeah.
But I don't need all the new gadgets, but I do fall in love with ones that are super practical and work really well.
Yeah.
So Coco Knits would totally be.
Coco Knits is one of my favorites. It's
totally.
like Julie is fantastic, and not only is she also a great friend, which is nice. Talking about a great teacher as well. Her sweater.
I would love to take a class from Julie.
Oh my goodness, that's so good. I didn't take the full class. I mean, I know what she does. I have the book, and we always meet at shows, and very often we are close. So we became friends, and I think we featured her. Her stitch markers when we had this the launch of the cashmere line, this pop color cashmere line a few years back with a few designers, and we used her stitch markers because the colors matched exactly the color of my yarn. So that was like a nice so I still have those as well, and I like their row counter.
Yeah,
they have the.
Everybody says that. I've never tried it.
Click, 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 click. That's, and then you can block it. You know exactly where you are.
Okay, the one thing I do have and I love, but I have to be honest, I don't use it a lot. But when I used it, I loved it. The Maker's Keep.
Oh
that little square bracelet thing that you're like your needle and your stitch markers. But I did take it traveling with me. Like if you're on a plane or on a train or whatever, it was super handy to have those things stuck to my little magnet. That is a good gadget.
Yeah.
And it kept things from like falling down your seat and stuff like that. That was pretty handy.
Very practical.
Yeah.
Super cute too. Comes in lots of colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many whip do you have right now? Don't think.
Love Note, Comfort Fade Cardi, the Fleur Shawl by Espace Tricot, a few pairs of socks. Less than 10, maybe 6, 7.
Jody?
I have one Hue Loco sweater. I don't know why I put it down. It's the Jessie May's raglan. But then I also have another Jessie May raglan, but I'm waiting for yarn.
And that's it? No hats or anything? Oh yeah. I mean, there's a hat in a bag too. Okay, probably 5 or 6. Not too many.
Not too many. I thought you were going to say like 20 or something like that.
No. I'm very monogamous normally with my.
I just thought of another one. I'm sure I'm at least 10. I think I'm gonna go up to 10.
If we went through her bags, I'm sure there's several.
I forget lots, so I'm sure there's a few more than that,
Yeah.
but not 20, for sure not 20. I'm also not someone that gets stressed out by casting on something new and knitting on that for a while. I'm okay with that. Oh, I have another cowl too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
And that's just what she can remember.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's for sure. Now, if your parents did not have that grocery, what do you want it to be? What would you have been, you think?
What do you think, Jode?
I think I would be like hairdressing aesthetics. Hairdressing and or aesthetics, something to do with that. I love doing that.
And you always have, your hair is always like perfect.
Fabulous.
Yes, it's always.
But yeah, I think I'm better at it than I am because I've never been formally trained. But
Jody will give herself a trim and she'll be like, oh, I could totally do this. Like, I'm practically a hairdresser.
Well, we sit in their chairs how many times a year for how many years? I've watched it. Like, for sure I could do it.
Exactly.
That's
Jody watches a video on whatever, and I'm pretty sure I'm pro.
trained. I'm
done.
trained.
That's it.
I'm YouTube certified.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
School of YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, what would I be? I mean, I always wanted to be a kindergarten teacher.
Oh, that's nice.
And or any kind of teacher, really. I feel like I would be a teacher. That was I was in university and I quit. Don't quit, children. Don't quit school. But I was in education and I still do really like that and respect teachers so much.
I think I could have been a high school teacher too. I love that age.
You could be the guidance counselor.
Oh.
Because people could just come unload all that stuff on you. Jody's, yeah, I could see you doing that.
Yeah,
for sure. But Jody would also be doing nails on the side.
Yeah.
And hair.
Nails.
I can do with a nail now.
I know.
Yeah, the high schooler will like the nail polish and
yes,
and some aquaphor and things like that. So, did you ever? I mean, I know that it might be difficult, but did your parents always wanted you to work with them in the grocery, or did they have a different dream for you?
They were supportive of whatever we wanted to do, and that's true today. I think, as someone with their own business, and my dad was self-employed forever. Like, he was the little kid going to the bakery with his wagon and buying donuts that were hot out of the donut fryer and going door to door selling donuts in his neighborhood. So he's just that guy, and he's born that way. It's in his. So I think he's getting a real kick out of our being in business for ourselves. And of course, we've learned so much from our parents. I'm sure they were a little disappointed when I quit university.
Yeah.
Right. Without a plan. But I'll be honest with you. I don't think a lot of people get that opportunity to work in. I think a family business is really special.
Yeah.
And it may not seem glamorous, like I'm the person, at the till cashing you out or wrapping your meat or whatever. But I just feel like we've learned so much by doing, and it's a service job. I think everybody should have to have a service job at some point in your life, because there would be a lot less, I think, jerks if they were on the other end of that transaction. So they're just happy we're happy. Yeah. And I think that was always.
Never judge that, you didn't go on to be like a
in jail.
Doctor or a lawyer. Just thankfully we're not in jail.
Yeah. They're just thankful we have a job.
Super supportive.
No. They're great.
That's great.
Yeah. They really are the best. The best.
Now, if you didn't have the sewing and the knitting in your spare time, what would you do?
Who the heck knows? I don't even remember what I used to do. I used to read a lot. And I used to love going to a bookstore, and just like when my kids were in school and I had a little bit of time, I would get a coffee and go through the bookstore, and it just felt like home, warm, cozy, homey.
I feel like it's funny because I've thought about I've only been knitting for about 7 or 8 years, knitting crochet, like fiber. So that's not that, like, what did I do with all that? Like in the evening after dinner when I sit to knit, What did I do?
We used to just
But your
watch
children were not grown up as much, yeah? They were not as old. Oh, I mean,
you're right. So you're a little busier with your kids. You're right.
When our kids were little, we were very busy. There was a lot of crafts. There was going to the zoo, going to the park, having kids over. Like, we were really busy with our kids. I used to hate it when summer was over because now they have to go back to school and all the fun is over. I think our kids were our hobby / everything for a long time.
I did after school care too for 3 years.
I forgot.
Jody.
I
just remembered that. It was more of just some 2 or 3 neighborhood kids needed, and they were real good friends of ours. So we saw them socially too. And I said, well, why don't they just come hang out here until 5 o'clock after school? So
I totally forgot.
Yeah,
that.
It was actually really fun. But I don't know what we did before knitting, Paula.
Not a lot. I was tired, a lot more tired. I was like
napping.
Probably. Oh gosh, like an afternoon nap. What's that?
Oh my gosh.
Do you like napping?
I used to because I did, I always slept everywhere no matter what, and I don't sleep as much now. Maybe it's like too many, thoughts and stuff like that. But I do remember the problem with me, especially when I lived in Tibet, which is you don't sleep up there because of the altitude, and most people either they have insomnia, don't sleep, and I could just sleep like a bear. I was like, no problem. And my problem is that when I would just go to sleep in the afternoon, let's say, after lunch, like, in Italy or so, you go and take a little nap. It was like a 30 minutes. I could sleep like for 4 or 5 hours without waking up. And I was like, oh my God, did I overslept? But I loved it because then I would just get up, have dinner, and go back to sleep and sleep through the night. Oh, bliss.
That's
I haven't done that.
Funny.
I'm
definitely not a good sleeper that way. I try to never nap.
Yeah,
but
no,
I can be asleep by like 10 p.m., which is I'm sure is really great news.
Oh no, but I'm asleep like in the evening after after I go home, or whether I am home between the homework, the music, the piano lessons and whatever, and the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, and everything else, and I just said, okay, now I watch some TV. I normally with my husband. Maybe it's like 10 minutes into whatever. First I said TV series, no movies. I haven't done a movie in a long time because it takes like a month to just watch a movie. Or I start and he watches it and I fall asleep. 10 minutes and I'm out.
Yeah. My husband will be like, do you want to watch this movie? It's 9:30 at night. I said to him, well, not today. Are you kidding? Like, there's no way I'll
Saturday morning
to the end of that.
That's funny. I love a nap, and I'm a bit of a night owl, like 12:30.
Ooh.
That works because your husband's a late night guy too.
He's like 3 a.m.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Does he work during?
No, just he doesn't sleep.
He doesn't sleep.
I'm sure if he turned off the TV and the electronics, he'd be asleep much earlier.
Yeah, that's one of the problems.
Yeah,
maybe he likes the quiet, the peace and quiet.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's quiet. She's not talking.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. People seem to enjoy our questions, so that's good.
Good.
If you have any questions.
Are you watching the CNN series with Stanley Tucci, The Searching for Italy?
I haven't started yet. I want to watch that.
Okay, let me know what you think, because I personally think it's amazing. Because
I love him.
To me,
I love him, and I love him as an actor, and as a person as well. So I want to, and it's funny because always watching those shows from the point of view of a foreigner as well. Sometimes is like a stereotype, but the way that I've seen the trailer looks really interesting.
Well, his family's Italian. He does speak Italian, so he's not speaking English the whole time, which is great. I'd love to know what you think, of course, but it's very interesting to me to see other parts of the country.
Yeah.
How different Italy can be from north to south.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that actually when we did the retreats in Italy, we always combine with a food experience as well.
Yeah.
And for example, we had some cooking classes going on at the same time as the knitting workshop. What? And it was really like, with Melanie, when Melanie Berg was with us, we did this, we were in this beautiful location and we had this cooking class of making gnocchi one year. And it was funny because it was this group of, mostly American actually, but also from Australia and Japanese. we made these gnocchi. We had this wonderful, we ate them at the end. And then they called us because dinner was ready. It was like a 4-course meal at the end of it. Like we just had a cooking class. So, but we went on, and the year after we went somewhere else, and in Piemonte we made pasta from scratch. And my daughter was with me as well. We had little teams, and so I love cooking. So we always try to combine the experience from different cuisine as well.
I would love to do that with you. I would love to do that. Do you make pasta from scratch?
I know how to make it. It just when we have time, I bake more than pasta. I make gnocchi from scratch.
Yeah,
and the pasta is a little bit longer. And one thing with my family is that they eat so fast that you spend hours in making it, and they eat both of them, both my husband and my daughter, and especially pasta. And I'm like, I spend like an afternoon making it. In 5 minutes, it's gone. So I'm like, forget about it. You didn't.
That's how I feel about baking. Like I'll bake cookies from scratch, and then the kids would come home with their friends, and literally 2 days, and this giant pile is gone. And I forget it. I'm just forget it. I'm buying Oreos. They're just gonna hoover them in anyway. I do like stuff from scratch, though.
Yeah, I do. I just been into, everybody's been making bread the last year or so, which I'm not. I didn't start, but I did a lot of cakes. So
I would have a hard time choosing. Do you want to go to the knitting class or do you want to go to the cooking class?
Because... Oh no, but we make them both. You see, we do the knitting class in the morning when you're fresh. Then is a break. Then is the spa, and then is the cooking class.
Okay, that would be great.
Because the cooking class also has the wine, the wine tasting.
Oh, nice.
So then you end up.
It sounds like you really spoil the knitters. So what a great retreat.
But let's see. I miss doing those. I miss going back and doing those. Hopefully. We had some here as well with the knitting and cooking. I think they go very well together. So,
okay.
But I had another question about. Oh yeah, actually, you started with a TV. What is your favorite TV show, or what are you watching right now that you really enjoy?
TV. I love TV.
I'm a reality TV junkie.
Ooh.
I think I like a series better. I mean, I do like reality TV, like The Amazing Race and Survivor, which neither of them are running right now. I love a good competition show. There's one on right now called Tough as Nails, and you think, well, that's kind of boring. It's actually not. All these people are the nicest, sweetest people. You just want them all to win this money, and they're all just, nurses and welders and
just salt of the earth
and they're all cheering for each other. I love a show that makes you feel good. So those are my favorite kind of shows. But my husband and I love to watch kind of like mystery series and things like we loved Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones and stuff like that. Yeah.
I like to watch them again.
Yes.
Especially
we watched Game of Thrones from start to finish in the pandemic instead of all chopped up like it came out.
Yes.
It was way better. I enjoyed it better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the first one, you just want to see what's happened next, and then you miss things out, and you said you just want to.
It was really good.
I had a couple of questions about your favorite. I don't know, and you are very welcome to an answer or not answer, but what is your favorite yarn to knit with?
I can't answer that. No.
Thank you for doing that.
I
just thought I didn't want to skip over the question.
What about you?
Maybe they're like a variety. Maybe like a variety of like weights or the weight.
I'm DK weight would be my go-to.
And what about fiber? You're more like a soft merino, cashmere.
I'm softer. I probably wouldn't go for the more rustic non-superwash wool. Actually, I never go for that yarn. So yeah, I'm softer, Paola.
So,
and I think
I like all weights from worsted down. I'm not so much a chunky yarn person, except I really enjoyed knitting with the knit collage stuff for some reason.
That's really big.
And it's super chunky, but it's also really fun.
But it's a fun knit.
Project goes so fast.
Yeah.
I really am loving like a sport light DK like in there these days. It goes so fast. Yeah, I gotta order some.
I
don't have a favorite. I knit, and when yarn is too thin, I'll just double it up. Like a lace weight for me, I'll just double it up.
Oh yes, that's what we do as well. We actually did a lot of like this one. No, not this one. We did a lot of the lace, just here. The lace weight double up to become a really nice fingering.
Beautiful.
And it's so
Ooh, that
pretty.
color. Look how gorgeous. Wow, that's so
really
pretty.
Really another one. But also the sweaters. I mean, the sweaters that we do, we do a lot of sweater samples. This is another Isabel Kramer.
Is that lace weight held
This
double?
is the lace weight held double. Now Amy's like
very
piling
weight.
things up on me.
That's so beautiful.
Okay, look at that.
Oh, wow.
This is
Those
one of my
yolks
favorite with the
Oh
brown,
my gosh,
the
look at
brown
that.
and the pink. And what we did with this one, this is Snow Dronigan by Isabel Kramer. Wow, I even remember the name. Look at that. I'm not that
Wow.
tired. And we did marl the chocolate and the desert together. So you
That
have,
is
because
so
we
cool.
only
I
have,
love that marl.
and with the dusty pink, of course, So we did.
That's a great idea for that yarn. I love that.
So that is a really nice, very soft. That's another knit that Susan did in Canada for us. So
I think my favorite, like 4.5 millimeter needle, somewhere in there. Whatever I can knit on that 5 is my favorite.
Oh,
Right.
pardon me.
also right. It's what time is it there? Like 2?
It's only 2:30, but
Or maybe it's
this
time
is
for
the
coffee.
day we get up very early for work. Like
Yeah,
we're
6 o'clock in the morning.
but Wednesdays are great. We get lots done because we're up and out early.
Yeah.
I get up at 6 o'clock every day too. Like 5:45, 6.
Yeah, get lots done.
Yeah, but that's why we have to go to sleep. Our beauty sleep.
Yes,
we have to get done close by. What is your? Let's talk about. What was the favorite thing that I want to ask you? I don't remember anymore, so I guess I'm not asking you. What was the question that you want me to ask you?
What's a question? Pardon?
A question that you would like me to ask you.
Oh, I never even thought of that.
What is something that you would like to say that nobody asked you and you say, nobody ever asked me about that and I really want to talk about it?
Oh my gosh, I feel like we're so open. We talk about stuff all the time. What do you think?
I don't have an answer to that.
I love your questions. Your questions have been really fun to answer and really good, and things that I think we don't talk about very much. So
yeah, we're an open book. I don't think there's anything I would say we're off limits. So yeah, your questions have been kind of thought-provoking. Some of them
very good.
Yeah, some we've never heard before. So that's been
that's
really
good.
I guess maybe if you ever wanted to do another hobby, is there any other hobby that you think I could try that?
I can try.
Stop knitting for that for a while.
You did start talking about different hobbies. You took a class with Aruna from Buho.
Yes.
And you love that, yeah?
Yes.
You have it in the back. You have the beautiful piece.
The punch needle was so fun. And now she's doing visible mending things.
Yes.
I'd like to take that. We took weaving and that was really fun. I actually thought I'm going to use up all my yarn weaving.
Never done it once after. But it just came down to anything kind of fiber craft related. I think we would love whatever class we took.
Yeah.
Anything we've done outside of knitting, fiber related, we've just thought this is great.
I'll be really excited when everybody can start, like our local yarn shops can start bringing in, having classes again.
Yeah.
I'll for sure I love doing that. I love going to the local yarn shop and they'll bring in, a designer and she'll teach a certain element and I miss that. So I'll be doing that.
This has been one of the nice things of having this space in New York that I could invite different, because we had different type of workshop and I could just take the class if I had the time. Very often I could just sit for a few minutes and then somebody would ring the bell or answer a question. So it's always been a bit strange. But, we had a variety. One of that I really, really enjoyed, it was the temari bowl, the Japanese temari. I don't know if you know that.
Yes.
Bowl that you embroider. I love embroidery. I do a lot of embroidery. And so that from Japan, they were from Japan. That I think was one of the workshops. So if you ever had an opportunity of taking that class, I think that's a really nice.
I would love that. I would love doing that. I'm super bad with needle. Like I would love to be an embroiderer.
You have all the supplies.
I buy the supplies, but I'm super bad when I try it. So Paula, see, that's so pretty.
So
yes, I would like to do that.
Was super nice, and we did from scratch. You did the ball, everything. You know, you can actually make everything.
So do you like felt wool for the ball? What do you make?
No, this is actually a Japanese cotton thread, like for embroidery or temari, and is hand dyed in Japan.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So we have the yarn as well. We actually carry the yarn.
Do you embroider at home, like in the evening instead of knitting? Will you just pick up embroidery?
Yes, because I don't need to read a chart, especially if it's dark, because I cannot really have the light. So embroidery is easier for me. So I do a lot of that, and also with something that my daughter started knitting, but she likes embroidery, and I think it's easier for her little fingers to do that. We're doing a matryoshka right now, so we have.
I love it when you can do something together. That's really fun.
She likes it's funny because she likes coming here, and when the shop was open or the events was open, she would always, we had a monthly knitting tea time, so every month. And people would just come and knit, but we did. Every month we had that. Oh my God, I miss those. You
guys have a rich culture of knitting stores and stuff out there.
Yeah.
And events.
Yes.
That's very lucky.
And I like. We actually coming out. There is a Italian designer who is doing an embroidery on wool for us, and so and I've done. That's the last one I did.
Oh, I want to make those.
Those are really.
So is that your baby yak?
This is our cloud. This is the DK.
DK, okay.
This is the Tibetan cloud. So So
I have that magazine, and I bought it specifically for those mittens. I love it.
I'm obsessed with those.
So Amy actually knit the mitt, and I just did embroidery. So it's like a teamwork.
Way to break it up.
That was nice. There was I
have to make those.
Late bloomers mitts in the Making magazine. So that's
we should totally do those.
I do love a non-superwash. I think my favorite might be non-superwash wool. It doesn't have to be scratchy, right? But something that won't stretch out when you wash it, something that's going to keep its integrity. Yeah. I do like a natural wool, a natural product, I think.
And does your family watch your channel?
Our mom, every single time.
Because sometimes you always say, Paula, did you tell mom that we are live? Yeah, I know that.
We'll text her like, hey mom, we're starting now.
Yeah.
My mom was so impressed by your story when you came to visit us on our podcast.
Yes, she did.
I'm still hearing about it.
Oh,
that lady from Tibet. I said, Mom, I don't think she was not from Tibet, but she loved the story.
She just loves what you guys do, and she loved hearing about it, like from the source all the way to ending up on our needles as knitters. She just thought, and I agree, I couldn't agree more, but you really impacted her.
Well, you actually you helped us so much this month, specifically, as I say, this month, because and anybody that is watching right now on the next few weeks has bought a kit or some yarn with the Grocery Girls code that we gave out to you. We could not believe it. I mean, we knew that you have a great followers, and by me chatting with you for those 30 minutes, we had more orders coming in than we had in a long time, and to one point, I even said, "Oh, please stop! I don't think I can deal with this."
I'm so thrilled to hear that.
That makes us so happy. I mean,
that was like, oh, thank you.
It literally is our favorite. That is our favorite thing about having our little corner of the knitting world on YouTube. Being able to shine a little light on anyone that's in a business. Like everybody seems to be small business, right?
Yeah.
And so it's our pleasure to mention or share or just say how much we love something. And then if that's, the orders coming to you, you were so generous giving everyone a discount. Like, I'm so happy. That makes me so happy.
But, we do what we can as well. We just, I think and we always said that, we're not in the yarn business for the yarn. We are in the yarn business to work with the Tibetan communities that we love, and in any way that we can increase that visibility, tell their stories, and help them out. This is what we can, wherever we do it from, whether it's from Italy, New York, or it's I still wish I could be there instead of here. Life here is not as interesting for me, but, life took me to New York. So here I am for a little bit, at least.
Yes. Well, we love what you're all about. And that's great news. I love hearing that. And it's our pleasure to do that little thing. It's certainly not, we would never think that that's anything. Like we didn't do anything.
Yeah. Well,
but it was.
And I thought it was fun because I think what I thought about inviting you on our channel is, you always talk, of course you talk about yourself, but not other people, there are other people that might not ask you the same question that I ask. And I thought it'd be nice to, because of the 5 years, because of your 128 episodes and, thousands of people watching, sort of bring you back to the beginning and see this is how you started and this is how you are. I thought that was a nice.
I absolutely love that idea because you're stuck in a routine of the next week, the next project, the next whatever. We never seem to go back. And we think it would be a great idea to go watch the first or second or whatever, but I've still never done it. And I keep thinking that I should, but you know how life is, right? Like you're just trying to keep up and do every day as you can, but it's still so much fun. We have so much fun. Somebody said, how long do you plan on doing it? And I thought, what? I mean, we never
no end game.
Like we are just loving it. So
that's good.
Anywhere at this point.
For me, it's like every week is like, shall I do it? Shall I not do it? Last week as well, I had some people say, why you're not live? And I said, I just didn't feel like it. I just, I don't want that pressure as well. I mean, there are some days in which there are other things going on in your life and either you don't have the time or you're just not in the mood, it's not always, people say, I always smile. I'm like, sometimes I don't,
Exactly.
Actually, do you ever fight?
No, we don't fight. Do we fight? No. I wouldn't say we fight. And not unless she's at home.
We kind of annoy each other sometimes, of course, but no, we don't fight.
It never gets beyond an annoyance. And it's just, oh, she's just like that. And you know what? If we snap, we're very quick to say, wow, that was me. I'm so sorry. That was not okay.
Wow.
But we don't fight. And it's not like.
Growing up as well, you always been close together?
Not really.
I think once we started having kids, our first two are like 2 years apart. So then we were friendly.
We weren't not close, but we just both had active friend groups that were just a couple of years apart in school. So she's off doing her thing with her friends. I'm off doing my thing with my friends. And it wasn't a common group. They were separate. But there was no fighting. For sure, there was no fighting.
Wow.
And then we have a younger brother. So he was kind of, he's on his own. See you later. But it was all good. It was all good.
I just now actually looked at the clock. I told you that we were going to chat for an hour. It's an hour and 43 minutes exactly.
See, this is how it happens.
I cannot believe.
How can you talk that long? It just happens.
It just goes by.
It just goes on. And it's been such a pleasure. It's been so enjoyable to have you both. I think people will enjoy and have enjoyed it. So I just, and I know that you probably had, as me, you had a long day. I can see my husband already texting me, the text coming up and asking what's for dinner. So
whatever you make.
Maybe if you stay at work long enough, he'll cook dinner for you.
That's never going to happen.
Such a pleasure. Like, honestly, thank you for having us. Anytime we get a chance to come talk to you will be a true pleasure. And I can't wait to see you when we go to a show.
Yes, exactly. And I really do hope that, I think the deal is that if I still, here in this space and things go back to at least a way in which we can do together, we should have Grocery Girls mYak event. And we can get, a few others.
We're in. We loved going to New York. We loved it. That's
you love it. I don't know if Jody loves it.
No,
I did. We did.
We did like it a lot, and we always said we wanted to come back. So
good.
We're in.
All
we're
right.
definitely a yes.
All right. Thank you so much. I will watch you tomorrow live, possibly. And a big kiss to both of you. Thank you so much. And thank you all for watching us. Ciao.
Bye.